Bunny. Let's go. We're going for a beach walk. Let's go, Bubba. Hello. I literally just had to Google how to go live because this is my first time, but I figured I would take everyone on a typical walk with Bunny. We can hunt some treasures together. I can answer any questions you might have, and we'll see how this goes. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but yeah, live really freaks me out. Come on, let's go, Bubba. And Bunny's all confused because I'm talking. And she's like, what is going on? There's a big old bone. Come on, Bubba, let's go. We're gonna start walking under the houses now. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions because I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just like doing my normal thing. I'm just gonna like, oh, look at this one. Look at how pretty. Just gonna be like shoving pieces of ceramics in my pocket, and I brought Bunny's ball so we can watch her bounce, and maybe we'll make it to the swing. Okay, just pretend you're not here. I don't know if you want to see me get that weird, but oh yeah, I definitely need to make something with all of those tiles. Oh, look, this is like a twofer. We've got this like really pretty ceramic, we've got this fun glass. Several years ago, Johnny and I collected, where'd Bunny go? Oh, there she is. We collected a bunch of glass and we made like this chandelier and hung it in our house and like actually had like a light inside of it. It was really beautiful. And then it broke, but that was a fun project. Oh, look at this one. This one's super cool. How long of walks do y'all normally take? It really depends on Bunny. I spend a lot of time like asking her if she wants to go farther, or if she wants to play more, or if she wants to go home. And usually if she's done, oh, look at this agate. Oh no, that's just quartz, never mind. Usually if she's done with the walk and I say, do you want to go home, she'll like grab her ball and just like run towards home. But we usually do like a little walk in the morning, like 10 minutes, and we'll maybe go like play with Selena or something and she can like poop. And then we'll come home, I'll do a little bit of work, and then we'll go on a longer walk. Like we've got some really good daytime low tides right now. So we've been taking like 2-hour-long beach walks and like beach combing and going to the swings that are further down the beach, which hopefully we'll get to during this live. And then she just gets to like sniff everything, and it's really, really, like it's a great decompression walk for her because we don't have to be on leash and she can just sort of do whatever she wants to do. And then we'll play a bunch of ball and she'll get to run around, and sometimes we'll see another dog that she can play with. Okay, don't want to trip on barnacles. You guys, like a month ago, no, it was longer than that ago, I like slipped on the barnacles and it shredded my arm. Barnacles are like the bane of my existence. They're so sharp. Okay, there's so many questions here, and I gotta like look where I'm walking so I don't shred my arm on barnacles, but also try and answer some questions. Why is there so much ceramic? So the place where we live used to be, like in the early 1900s, it used to be like old fishermen's cottages, and there's a railroad that goes like behind all these houses. So there were like fishermen, and then there were workers who were like building the railroads, and they would all just come down here and like spend the night or eat or, you know, leave junk or whatever. So I assume that a lot of it is like remnants of that. And then also I think a lot of it is just, you know, things that fall off of people's decks during big windstorms, or, you know, just fall through the cracks, like kids are playing with stuff, that sort of thing. Can we talk about how awesome your home is? Thank you. We are so lucky. I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's just like, it's a dream. It's just so peaceful here. It's like in the middle of a city, but feels like we're really not in a city at all, but we still have access to really great resources around us. It's, yeah, we're super lucky. And the whales, saw dolphins the other day, and that was pretty amazing. Yeah, there's just a lot of really phenomenal nature around here. It's just gorgeous. Okay, would you get another dog? Yes. yes, I would really like to get another dog, but I'm also, you know, super concerned about how that would affect my relationship with Bunny and whether Bunny would get along with the other dog and how it would affect the cats that we have. So there's just like, you know, it's not a decision that I would take lightly in any way. It's something that I need to think about quite a lot. But it would be really, really neat to see if she were able to help another dog sort of learn the buttons in a different way than she learned them herself. I think that'd be really exciting. But my reasoning for getting another dog wouldn't be so that I'd have 2 talking dogs. It would be to deepen my relationship with another animal and enrichment, extra like additional enrichment for Bunny. And I would only do it if I were able to, you know, provide the very best possible living environment for another animal. Let's see. Do I think Bunny would teach a puppy to use the buttons? I have no idea. I think it's possible. I think it was Kanzi or Washo. One of them was not the primary subject of research. I think it was like Kanzi's mom was the primary subject, and they were teaching her sign or like picture boards, and the mom like never really took to it, but she had a baby, and the baby was Kanzi, I believe, and Kanzi just like took to it and became the primary object of the study because it came so naturally to him or her. So I think it'd be really interesting to see if that were the case. Does she show Beecher her buttons? Well, mostly when Beecher's over at our house, they just like, I don't know, they just like crazy zoom around and roll around, and so Beecher knows they're there. But I don't think she actively shows him the buttons. There have been a couple of instances, well, like for the first few times when Beecher came over, she would go to the buttons, like stand at her little console like she does, and just sort of look at Beecher and then say nothing. And then, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times later, she went to the buttons and like quickly pressed love you. That's happened twice now. And then last time he was over, which was after a significant break because he'd just been neutered, was when he accidentally, oh, look at this one. This one's cool. He accidentally pooped in the house because he got too excited and left, which was strange because normally he doesn't leave in the middle of a play date. And when he came back, Bunny said, "Where was?" and looked straight at Beecher. So that was pretty cool. What you doing, Bubba? Are you having fun? Yes. You got a lot of people looking at you right now. Do you want to do a kiss? Thank you. Good girl. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, I want to give Bunny so many kisses too. I'm just like all up in her business all day long. The top of her nose smells like honey. It's like so beautiful. Is Bunny scared of the water? Yeah, she doesn't love the water. I'm hoping this summer when it's a little bit warmer that I can just get in the water and encourage her to get in. We did a little bit of that last summer. She just wasn't into it, which is kind of surprising because poodles were bred to be water retrievers. But you never know. Every dog has a different temperament, and so far she doesn't love the water, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, you found a delicious stick, didn't you? You sure did. How many times a day do you go for a walk? It depends. If it's raining out, Bunny is you know, sleepier and doesn't want to walk quite as much. In the summertime, when we've got these great daytime low tides, I'll take her for long walks on the beach a couple times a day. And then we go up to the park quite a bit. She loves it up there. So I don't know, anywhere from like, oh, here's another piece. This is a pretty color. From like 2 to 4. Usually in the evening, she knows that Johnny's gonna be done working, so she'll request, oh, look at this one. This one's cool too. She'll request a walk from him. And then I'll just like text him, like, Johnny, Bunny's asking for you. He'll like get his socks, come downstairs, and he already knows what's up. They have a really sweet relationship. Can we see a tour of your beach treasures collection sometime? Yes, I was actually planning on doing that today. So yes, yes, yes. The answer is yes. Do you think she barks less because she can communicate with you? No, I don't. I didn't know this before I got Bunny, but poodles are notoriously alert dogs. So they bark a lot and they're loud. Her bark is like pretty scary, actually. Very intimidating. And I've noticed recently that she will bark, and if she's not at a level of like super over arousal, she will then go to the buttons and try and express something. But she does bark quite a bit. Oh, I see another dog down there. One day I was walking on this beach and we were like way down by the swing, and Bunny started doing her little boof, boof, boof. And I looked and there was a coyote just like chilling. Poodles are amazing. Selena's a poodle, one of Bunny's best friends. She got to see her today. She is not half OES, she is a quarter OES actually. So she's 3/4 poodle, 1/4 OES, Old English Sheepdog. Do you have any tips to help with alert barking? So that's something we actively work on quite a bit because she enjoys her barking. But we've tried to make her like bed her safe space. So the second she barks, I cue her to go to place, and I reward her for being in a calm state of mind on her place. So place is her safe space. Anytime I cue her to go to that place, it sort of means for her to like relax and chill and that everything's okay. So yeah, that's something that we work on a lot. I also, you can sort of tell when your dog is about to become over threshold and they're about to start barking. So I try and get to her just before the barking starts so I can prevent the over arousal at all and just bring her into a calmer state of mind before she hits that like, I gotta bark. Can you ask Bunny if she can speak to other god dog? Shout out to Kimra. Yes, Kimra here. Kimra is the breeder that we got Bunny from. She's a wonderful woman, wonderful family. They started breeding sheepadoodles to find a service animal for their granddaughter who lives with her, who lost both of her legs to childhood cancer. And they donate 2 dogs a year to service dog training facilities. They are really good people, and I love and appreciate them. What words do you suggest to start with? Well, it's going to depend a little bit from dog to dog. If you have an outside dog, then, outside isn't going to be your first word. But you want to find words that are highly motivating, but not too motivating. So outside worked really well for us. Play worked really well for us. Come and look are good ones to start with. Potty or poop, you could use those. So words like that. I don't recommend using or having a treat button. It's just usually sort of overstimulating, but that's, sort of, you got to figure out the puzzle pieces yourself. So everyone's journey is going to be a little bit different, and you do what feels right to you. What you doing, Bubba? What you doing? We found a seal, part of a seal skeleton yesterday. Can you ask Bunny to Ruru? I don't think she's in the frame of mind for a Ruru right now, but we'll see if she gets there. She might, if I go on the swing, she might Ruru. But we got a ways to go. Oh, look, a rose. Well, here's another doge. Yes, all of our neighbors know Bunny. I am known as Bunny's mom to most of them. What's her favorite treat? She really likes Northwest Naturals freeze-dried chicken. It's just one ingredient, and I can break it into smaller bits. Oh, you're making a new friend? Oh, come on, Bubba. Let's keep going. Hi, cutie. Hello. Okay, let's go, Bubba. Hi. Where did her name Bunny come from? Well, before we brought Bunny home, Johnny and I sort of used the word bunny to refer endearingly to anything cute. We used it to refer to each other. Oh. Bunny made a friend. And to our cats, so we kind of just referred to everything as Bunny, and I was like, we're getting a dog, we should just call it Bunny. And then, we were like, nah, That's silly. And then we brought her home and she was just like bouncing all over the place, and she had these long floppy ears, and you know, she was adorable, and we're like, well, that name actually kind of fits. Maybe we stick with it. And it stuck. It seems like you live in a magical dog community. It is a magical dog community. They're not all friends. I just don't, you know, show videos of the ones that Bunny doesn't get along with very well. But yeah, she's got some really good friends, and most of the dogs in our community get along really well. And then there are a few that, you know, just aren't really dogs, and that's fine. All dogs have different personalities. Hi, Bubba. Oh, bouncy girl. Bouncy girl. Are you so excited to be on the beach right now? You are. You are. Okay, what's this one? Does the study show some dog breeds learn faster than others? If so, which stand out? You and Bunny are so sweet. Oh, thank you so much. That is one of the things that the study hopes to determine. I don't think we have any definitive results on that yet. But yeah, you know, I'd imagine that some breeds are more pliable, easier to train than others. But it's really, for me, it's a matter of connection first. You know, the time that you put in sort of predicts the results you're gonna get. It's not, you know, it's not like just sort of like a casual pastime for me. I spend many hours a day like connecting with Bunny and trying to understand her and trying to help her understand me, and sort of like putting puzzle pieces together, trying to figure out how everything works, you know? Has Bunny ever been to the mountains? We've been to the mountains a couple of times, but we are determined to do a lot more sort of backpacking and hiking this summer. Johnny and I are avid climbers, but since last year this time, we haven't really gone out and done much of anything just because of the global situation. But yeah, we're determined to get out there a little bit more. Oh, look, part of a pumpkin. This is another thing I've been finding a lot recently is pumpkin. Like, I don't know, remnants from Halloween. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Ouch. I have like a rock in my pants right now. I don't know how it got there. Okay. Whoa, there are so many comments. Okay. What pieces in the tea set have you found? Yes, so I have found 3 of the little, like, what are those called? Under dishes? What are those called? Little plates that go under the teacup? What are under dish? That's not it. And I found 1 cup, and I found like a little tea kettle, and I found 1 spoon that was broken, and I think that's it. I'll definitely pull all those out and show them in the, you know, the beach finds collection that I'm gonna film a little bit later today. Saucer, yes, thank you. Everybody knows that word except for me, apparently. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Saucer. That's one of those words where if you say it too many times in a row, it stops having any meaning at all. Now I've just said it like 15 times and I don't know the word anymore. A saucer is your under dish. How old was she when she first started learning the buttons? Well, we brought her home at 8 weeks, and I sort of had no expectations, but I had an outside button waiting for her and just was sort of like casually modeling it for a few weeks. And then within a few weeks, she was using it pretty consistently to let me know that she wanted to go outside herself. And privacy for the pooping bunny. So yeah, we started quite young, but I think, you know, dogs of any age are capable of learning this. What does it have to do with sauce? Well, I guess like the stuff that falls out of the teacup is like the sauce, right? I don't know, maybe it's a British thing. Does Bunny like to swim? She doesn't like to swim, but I'm hoping to encourage her to swim this summer because I love to swim. How is Bunny around children? You know, we're not around children a whole lot. It's just like we don't really have any in our circle. So she's a little nervous of them. They're pretty unpredictable, and I think that makes her a little bit nervous. But we're working on it. Selena has a sister, a human sister, who's I don't know, I'm bad at guessing ages, like between 5 and 10. And she's gotten a lot more used to her, even though she like jumps at Bunny and tries to like instigate excitement. which Bunny responds to by getting like over aroused, but she's getting better at it. Definitely something that we have to continue socializing her to. Saucers, we're still talking about saucers. I love it. They used to drink the tea out of the saucer. It cooled it. Oh, that's amazing. That's like sake boxes, right? They'd like for a different reason, I think. They have these sake boxes, they put a sake cup in it, and they overfill the cup as a sign of like generosity or good luck or something, and then they drink the sake out of the box. Is that right? I'm so excited you guys are all here. This feels super awkward still, but I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah. Where is this? This is in Washington. Did you train another dog before, like a job? No, I actually haven't had a dog since childhood. I didn't train those dogs. But I was really, really excited when I finally decided that we were gonna get a dog, and I was very dedicated to the training process because my goal was just to have a really connected relationship with him or her. So I started learning everything I could about it a few months before bringing Bunny home, and have just continued to learn and, continued to add to my pile of knowledge along the way. Why is there so much pottery on the beach? I touched on this earlier, but the place where I live used to be an old fisherman's community, like in the early 1900s. And there's like a railroad track that was being built behind all of our houses at that time as well. And so the workers on the railroad track would come down and like camp out, and the fishermen who would just be there, during the fishing season, would, like leave all their junk when they left. So I think some of it's remnants of that, and I think probably a significant amount of it just like falls off people's decks. Like there's a big storm and like a planter falls off their deck, or a kid throws a teacup into the water, something like that. But I'm not entirely sure because we're not at the houses anymore, and there's much less here on the beach. So yeah, I definitely think it has to do with the history of that particular zone on the beach. Good morning from Osaka. Hi. Portugal. Hi. What new words will you be adding soon? I don't know. After yesterday's post, I'm thinking a first and then button would be useful. The scientists I'm working with particularly thought that before and after would be helpful in understanding how she conceptualizes time. But first then seems to be the way to go. So might add those. We just added big and small, which she hasn't gotten the hang of yet, but hopefully she will, so I can tell her whether or not we're going on a small walk or a big walk. Maybe teach her big ball, small ball. I think it has lots of practical applications. Poland, Dominican Republic. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Does she play fetch? Yes. Sort of on her terms. I'll show you in a little bit. I want to get to this swing, and then we will play a little bit of fetch. I hope my phone doesn't die. What are you doing with all the things you collect from the beach? Some of them live in planters, and the rest are like sort of in this inglorious pile on a table outside. But I'm gonna do a little tour of my findings later today, hopefully, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Scotland, Malaysia. Oh my gosh, you guys are incredible. Netherlands, what? Hi everyone. It's not that cold right now. I think it's like probably 50 some degrees, and there's no wind, so it's actually like a really lovely day. I think the next week solid, it's like 90% chance of rain. But we'll still have low tides, which is great. For most of the winter, the low tides don't align with like the day. So the super low tides are in the middle of the night, and then the tides are too high to go around the point that we just came around. So I love spring and summer because you can just walk for miles, and as you can see, we've only encountered like one person. And there are a few more people in the summer, but it's a tricky beach to get to, so people have to kind of like secret squirrel their way down here. What does this say? Did you ever... There's an elevator with Bunny. I can't remember if I've ever been in an elevator with her. I think we must have at some point. Yeah, I think we must have, but I don't remember. We did fly in a plane. When I picked her up, I flew with her, and I was so nervous because I didn't know her and I didn't know how she was going to react, but she did really well. How do you and Bunny share affection? And how does Bunny perceive the word love? So for me, the concept of love you, obviously, it's hard enough for a human to define what love means to them, let alone, one of our canine friends. But studies have shown that there is an exchange of oxytocin. The levels of oxytocin in both human and canine brains raise when they look into each other's eyes and share affection. And oxytocin is the love hormone. So when I'm modeling love you, it's because I can feel this hormone coursing through my blood, and I'm hoping that she's experiencing the same thing. So it's, oh my gosh, like a potted plant. Look at this. Is this an orchid? What is this? Israel. What is this? Whoa, what did you hear? There's like a lion roar up there. Okay, what is this? Somebody tell me, is this an orchid? It's really pretty. Why is it on the beach? Okay, well, this goes with us. What is your professional background? I've done a lot of things in my life. I was a professional ballroom dancer. I was a sake sommelier. And most recently, I've been a wearable art designer. Designed for music videos and showed at New York Fashion Week a couple times in a row. Yeah, so sort of all over the place. Orchid. Cool. Is it salvageable even though it's been in salt water? Do you think? Trader Joe's orchid. Look, another rose. Remember, that's the second yellow rose we've seen. What is going on? So many interesting things. You have to take it home. It'll bloom in a few weeks, months. Even though it's been soaked in salt water, you think? Maybe, okay. And what's this? I think that we're coming up on a bell pepper. This place is so weird, you guys. Maybe somebody lost their whole Trader Joe's boatload. Interesting. Yeah, so a lot of people moving down onto the beach will use boats because it's difficult to access. So sometimes if people go to Costco or something or get big grocery loads, they'll just take the boatloads in instead of trying to carry them down the hill or down the 200 stairs. Where are there so many random plates and cups? Yeah, I think it's in part because of the history of the beach. It was an old fisherman's community, and workers from the train tracks behind would come down and leave stuff. So I think a lot of it's remnants of that. Does Bunny ever swim? Bunny does not swim, but I want to work on it this summer because I love swimming. Take the sticker off and put it in the bin. Of the bell pepper? Oh my God, a walnut. Look, somebody totally lost their grocery load. Oh, I can plant the pepper too. Oh my gosh. Just increasing my jungle aesthetic in my home. What do you make of her yawning and stretching at the board? Sometimes it's stress. I try to be very conscientious. If I'm asking too much of her, I'll notice some stress signals and I'll try and ease up or back off. And sometimes she's really active. Oh, a third rose. She's really active at the board right after she wakes up from naps too. So sometimes that's all it is as well. Are you making any kind of art with all the trinkets? Not yet, but I would like to. Everyone's suggesting mosaic. I have no idea how to mosaic, but I think that would be a fun Google wormhole for me to go down. So yeah. And the walnut. Okay, I'm just gonna plant everything I find. Can I plant this feather? Will it turn into a bird? Oh, here's another piece of walnut shell. I feel like it's a scavenger, like a real scavenger hunt, because these are very unusual things to find on the beach. Me carrying an orchid. What does she talk about when Bunny wakes up from a nap? It depends. I think a lot of times she'll go directly to play or walk. And sometimes she'll say cat settle right after she wakes up from a nap, which is strange. And then sometimes she'll just go, mom, 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 mom. It's like The Bachelor. Yeah, yep. We're getting real close to this swing. I think I'm gonna try not to kill myself, but to get on the swing with you guys. How does that sound? I didn't answer the question about how Bunny and I communicate when she's not around the buttons, but we communicate really well. Like, that was my first priority, you know, because I didn't really have any expectations of how far we'd get with the buttons or what that process was going to look like, but I was very dedicated to trying to, ooh, interesting, weird scream bird sound, to trying to understand her on her terms. So I invested a lot of time in that. I did a lot of research into canine body language, and yeah, I mean, we're pretty close. Like, we understand each other really well. So I feel like I'm pretty keyed into her subtle signs and not so subtle signs, and you know, I can sort of predict behavior based on her history of behaviors. Ew, styrofoam. We'll trash that. I'm gonna put my orchid down. There's the swing. Woo! There's Bunny. Should I get on the swing? Training Bunny to be a COVID sniffer. I haven't. Okay, no one's answering my swing question that I can see, so I'm just gonna get on it. I haven't. I've done a little bit of like scent work with Bunny, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna try not to die. But she doesn't seem that interested in the scent work I've done with her, and perhaps that's because I'm not training it properly. But like Beecher, for example, she gets really excited when I do this. Okay, so I need to focus right now, because I'm gonna do this one-handed and it's gonna be really scary. You ready, Buns? Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Buns, you gonna do a little zoomy? You gonna do a little zoomy? How do I flip my, oh, wait. Ah! Oops, good Lord. Okay, hi everyone. Ah! Okay. Oh God, I ran into the wall. Hi, Baba. Ah! Okay. Oh shit. Oh. Okay. All right. Whew. Oh. Okay, I didn't die. Hey, Buns, how was that for you? That was terrifying. What are you doing? Okay, so now I've let the swing stop and I'm just like hanging in midair. Oh, yep, there goes the zoomies. Oh. Whoa, straight up the cliff. Okay, so now I have to like figure out a way to get back over the hill, because now I've sat on the swing too long and I like can't touch the ground. I think I'm just gonna jump. Okay, and I'm gonna put the phone in my pocket for a second so I don't die. Hang on. Woo! Oh, okay. I'm back. I did it. We survived. All right, I'm gonna grab my orchid. And now we're gonna go back the other way. And we're gonna find a long stretch of beach where, where we can play some kickball. Or maybe we'll do that down here since they're about to head that way. Do people think I'm talking to myself when I'm doing this? Is that what people think is going on? Like other people? All right, yeah, we'll play some kickball here. You guys, my heart is still racing from that swing. I legitimately was afraid for my life. Okay, Bubba. Are you ready? We'll get her to do some nice bounces right now. Oh, I have your ball. I have your ball. I do have it. I do have it. Do you want this? Do you want this? Okay, I gotta switch hands so I can throw with my good arm. Are you ready, Bubba? Are you ready? Are you ready? Whoop. Here, I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick it for you. You ready? Are you ready, Bubba? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Nice job. Good girl. What you looking at? Do you want me to kick it again? Oh, the orchid, thank you. Oh my God, where'd I put, okay, there it is. Thank you, it's right there. Okay, Bubba, do you not want to play fetch? If I ignore her, she'll come back to me. Give Bunny scritches. I will. I will. Oh no! Sorry, everyone's like, my dog heard the ball. Gotta go. Okay, I'm not gonna squeak it. I'll just kick it. I'll just kick it. Are you ready? Are you ready, Bunny? Are you? Are you? Okay. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Good job. I love when she prances backwards too. It's so cute. She's so bouncy. She's so bouncy. Aw, I love that your mom loves me and Buns. That's really sweet. I think she was definitely confused at first. Fave adventure with her and Johnny so far. Oh man, that's hard. Sheesh, I don't know. I have to think about that one for a little while. Because I feel like I'm so, like I adore these beach walks so much, and just like having it be a part of our daily routine in the summer, like Johnny and I and Bunny on the beach, come to the swing, throw the ball. It's just wonderful. But I would really love to get to some more exotic locations, and by exotic I mean just like way out of the city and like backpacking with Buns would be amazing. Are you ready? Oh, see, that wasn't a bad kick. Uh-oh. Woo! Good job. The snow, oh my God, the snow was so fun. It was like such a special time. The snow feels like a weighted blanket for your soul. And we so rarely get any, or, you know, that amount of it, that it was just like, it was amazing. And Bunny just loved it. She just loved it, didn't, okay, you wanna go home? Okay, let's go. Where'd my plant go? There it is. There we go. There we go. Does Benny ever push her paw to the ground when the buttons aren't there? Yeah, actually. She's done that before, where we had to like move a tile for a little bit, and she just like phantom button pressed. When does Beecher come play next? I don't know. I was thinking maybe tonight or tomorrow night. Hopefully Chris is up for it. Yeah, probably soon. We're trying to do it twice a week. It's good practice for Bunny, just to see how she, you know, reacts to having another dog in the home. That was one of the things that I was nervous about, because I feel like she's quite protective of her space and of me and of Johnny. So when Beecher first came over, it was like a little awkward. But now she loves having him over, so I think that bodes well for potential future second puppy. How many batteries do you go through monthly? I have never changed the batteries. When I was using the learning resources buttons, I never changed the batteries because the buttons just kept breaking before I had the opportunity to. And I've been using the Fluent Pet buttons for, I don't know, better than 6 months now, and have never changed the batteries. Do Bunny's friends have buttons? Yes, Selena has a play, an outside, and a Bunny button, but she hasn't ever pressed them on her own. Beecher has, I think, 3 or 4 buttons, play, ball, outside, Bunny, and maybe one other. And he regularly says, outside play bunny, or ball outside. He's a really good boy. How many words does the board have? And is there a max amount they recommend? I think I'm like, I'll probably, well, okay, so I think there's like 80 buttons on the board right now, and I don't think there's a max, like there's no max in my mind and no max recommended. I think it'll just depend on, you know, what I notice in Bunny. Like if she loses interest or begins to seem frustrated or confused a lot of the time, you know, that'll be a pretty clear signal that maybe we're moving too fast or that she has too many. So it's really a matter of just sort of gauging how she's feeling as best I can to make that determination. But there is no like set upper limit at all. And I think it's, you know, completely going to be dependent on a dog by dog basis. How long do you wait before teaching new buttons? That really depends too. Like some of the buttons we've added that were like recommended by the scientists I'm working with are really abstract concepts. And they take a lot longer for her to learn, if she can even learn them. So usually when I add something super complex, like yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I wait a little bit longer before adding new concepts, unless it's something really simple and really straightforward. But sometimes it becomes clear to me that she's trying to express something that she just can't because there isn't the word available and I'm not able to understand her. So I'll try and think really hard about what that might be, and then situationally sort of add a button for whatever I think it is. I think an 8-year-old dog could still totally learn this. How long have you lived on the water? Never had water in the house. I've been living here for, let's see, six or 7 years, and my husband's been living here for, I don't know, 14 or 15 years. Would you teach a second dog buttons? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. I'm, you know, more interested in seeing, would Bunny teach a second dog buttons? But yeah, you know, the buttons are going to be available in our house sort of in perpetuity. So yeah, if we brought a second dog in, I think it would be sort of a natural part of the daily routine. Do you see bears on the walks? No, not here. But my parents live like an hour from here, and I used to, growing up with them, used to see bears all the time. There would be like bears in our orchard eating apples, stealing all the blueberries, eating the pears, eating the quinces. Oh, you have one of Bunny's relatives? Oh, Angus. That's awesome. Where did I live before? I was living in Kauai before. Do you read any book make you course to teach buttons to your dog? I mean, I read pretty much every resource I could find on dog training, canine cognition, AAC, speech language pathology, language acquisition, developmental delays. Like I sort of broadly scoped like all the areas of interest surrounding what I'm trying to do with Bunny and gathered as much information as I could. Because I felt like I needed to have the resources available to me to approach teaching from lots of different angles in case I encountered a problem I didn't know how to solve. Yeah, we're in Washington. How do you clean Bunny's feet off after your walks? I don't. I live in a dirty house. Oh, I'm glad this is calm for you. It's super, super calming for me too. I am like a pretty anxious person, and when I feel like overwhelmed during the day, like there's nothing like a long beach walk to sort of reset. Like looking for treasures, having Bunny like carry her ball, playing fetch, having her romp, going on the swing. Come on, Bubba. Let's go. Hi. Is Bunny my first dog? What made you want to teach her the buttons? Bunny is my first dog since childhood. when I was like much younger, had a Bouvier at one point, and then had a red Doberman. And what made me want to teach her the buttons, I think like 2 months before bringing Bunny home, I came across Christina Hunger for Words on Instagram, and like, you know, hundreds of thousands of other people was wildly inspired by what she was doing. And you know, I feel like everyone sort of has this childhood dream, like, oh, if we could talk to animals, that'd be so cool. I literally remember like walking around in the woods at my parents' house and being like, oh, I'm talking to the owls now. Oh, the deer comes up to me, we have a conversation. You know, so yeah, I wanted to test it out, see how far I could possibly take it. And as soon as she showed interest, I was like, I think we could really do something with this. So yeah, this feels like a beach holiday to me too. It's nice. Do you consider this a job? I consider it a passion. Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a job. I don't know. What's a job? Like, I'm not like 9 to 5 sitting down and like teaching Bunny buttons, but my days do revolve around her in that sense. But I don't know. I think there's like this negative connotation to the word job. And it doesn't feel like that to me, if that makes sense. What's your day job? I'm a wearable art designer. I have a Doberman. Dobermans are so sweet. They really are. How did you choose a sheepadoodle? How did you choose wow, lost my words there for a second. How did you choose a sheepadoodle? When I was researching dogs, I wanted a very intelligent dog. I learned that poodles and border collies are purportedly the smartest dog breeds. Johnny was like, you can't handle a border collie. And I was like, I know I can't handle a border collie because I hadn't had a dog since childhood. So that was sort of off the table. And so I was looking at poodles and looking at breeders, and then in my search, some doodle breeders came up, and I interviewed several of them. And when I came across Kimra and started talking to her, I just had an immediate connection with her, and so that swayed my decision quite a bit. And I was lucky enough to be able to meet some of her dogs and fell in love with them. And like, I literally called her like 4 times a week for like 6 months. She told me one day, she's like, nobody has ever called me as much as you have. And that's fine. I just want to let you know. But that's kind of how I am. So yeah. Stella and Christina are so inspirational. Yes, they are. They're amazing. They are amazing. As a teacher of special needs children. That's cool. I always love hearing from speech language pathologists. I get a pretty mixed response, to be perfectly honest. I think there are a lot of SLPs that really appreciate what I'm doing, and then there are a lot that are very, very angry with me. Does Bunny tell you when she wants to go home? Usually I ask her and then she tells me. So I'll say, do you want more play? And if I say more play and she wants more play, she'll come over and she'll like drop the ball. And then if I say, do you want to go home? She'll turn and walk towards home. I do that when we're playing with dogs too, so that if she's had enough, we can be done. Post them to your highlights for people to see. That's true. This is my first live, so I don't know really what I'm doing. Is this recording automatically? Or, I don't know. Can I share this with people? I bet there's probably a setting that I should have pressed. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. You guys are truly amazing. I feel like together all of us are sort of on this journey together. Like, I get a lot of inspiration from y'all. You know, you're like, what? Maybe it meant this, or maybe try this. I'm like, oh yeah, that's incredible. I really feel like we're sort of all teaching Bunny how to communicate in this way together. It's pretty special. Oh yeah, she's great at checking in. And if she like gets excited by something and then can't see me, the panic. It's like so cute but so sad as well. And she's just carrying her ball the whole way too, which I love. It's the only, like I've tried so many different ways to teach her a hold cue, like all the ways in the book, and nothing sticks, not even in the slightest. And then I find this one stupid ball and she's like, yes, I will hold this forever and ever and ever. I'm like, okay, cool. Please do more lives. Okay, I will, thank you. This is kind of fun. I was super nervous at first, but thankfully I'm not just like talking at, well, I am just sort of talking at you, but you guys are asking questions. That makes it easier. Also wondering why SLPs are angry. I don't know. One of them threatened to report me to ASHA because I don't even remember what they said I was doing. They said I was like, I don't remember. They said I was like violating SLP community guidelines or something like that. But that's the same SLP that threatened to come to my home when Johnny wasn't there to like take care of it in person. So not a reputable source. How do your cats like Bunny? I think that they would really like Bunny if she could just chill. But she gets so excited around them. And that makes it difficult for them to just like hang out with her. She does the little like nose punch thing and the play bow and just gets like aggressively excited. Not really aggressive, but just like, you know, too much for like a 50-pound dog to be trying to play with a 10-pound cat like that. Hey Buns, you still got the ball? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. It gets so slick here. Oh, thanks. Positivity is important. Not like fake positivity though, but I genuinely believe that like you should be able to pull some positivity out of most scenarios in life. Or, well, maybe that's not right. You should either. That's putting a lot of judgment out there. I don't know. There's a lot to be thankful for. And there's a lot to be positive about while simultaneously being angry about other things. But I don't know. It's really exhausting to be angry all the time, and it's really exhausting to let negativity sort of rule your world. So I try and be thankful and positive as much as I can. Yeah, thank you. It was really scary, but I feel like it's kind of inevitable. I mean, there are quite a few people following us at this point, and you know, not everyone is gonna like me and not everyone's gonna like what I'm doing, and I think that's pretty normal. And I just have to be conscientious to like not engage, and I don't know. I just try and be conscientious to not, I don't even know what. I just try not to make people angry because it's really scary when they get angry. But also I have strong feelings about things, and you know, it's hard to, I feel like it's hard to be negative about the strongest feeling I have, which is that connection, communication, and compassion are sort of, you know, the lines that are guiding what I'm doing with Bunny. And it's always a little confusing to me when people are like, how dare you, you're a fraud. I'm like, I'm just trying to like understand my dog better and like love her. Okay. Oh, back to this little doggy. There are so many cats that are using the buttons right now. There's Catman John, there's Billy Speaks, there's another one whose name I forget. They're so cute. I love, Billy Speaks got famous at first because she was just pressing like mad, mad, mad all the time. And everyone's like, oh, that's so cat. That's so cat. Oh, hello, friend. Hello, friend. Somebody went swimming. Hi, cutie. Come on, Bubba. Hi. So when the tide's not, oh, hello. Hi, hi cutie. Oh, hello. Oh, someone wanted to eat my orchid. When the tide does not get low enough, this is as far as we can go, because that point right there, the tide will be too high, so we can only go that far. How to teach Bunny to use the buttons on her own terms. So I always recommend paw targeting. And maybe I can like do a live where I just like demonstrate what I'm about to talk about, but so first it's sort of a multi-step process. You condition a marker. So for a lot of people, a marker would be a clicker. For me, most often I use yes as my marker word, but you can use any word you want as long as anytime you say that word, they get a treat in response. So conditioning your marker just means that you click or say yes, give a treat. Click, treat, click, treat, yes, treat, yes, treat, yes, treat, until they build the association that click means treat, or yes means treat, or nice means treat, whatever the word is. And then once you have that condition, so they understand that when that sound happens, they're doing something that will be rewarded, then you can use that to shape behaviors. For paw targeting, I use like a Tupperware lid. I can hold a treat in one hand, Tupperware lid in the other. She sees the treat. I put the treat under the Tupperware lid, so she has to act upon it to get the treat. She, maybe they'll like nose at it at first, or like paw at it, and as soon as they paw at it, which is the behavior you want, you click or use your marker word, yes, and give them the treat. And you do that again. Eventually, you can stop holding the treat under the Tupperware lid or whatever other object you're using. And then once they're doing that consistently, you can add a cue word, which could be paw or touch or button or whatever you want, right? And then once they have it on cue, where you can say paw and they will touch the thing with their paw, then you can generalize that behavior by using other objects. So like a book or a teddy bear or a spoon, just so they know that anytime you say the word touch or paw or whatever it is, it means that they're gonna put their paw on that object. Then, when you are ready to take that behavior and generalize it to the buttons, instead of rewarding with a treat, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say paw, they're gonna touch the button, maybe the button says outside, their reward is gonna be going outside. Does that make sense? I know that was a lot of information in a really short period of time, so I'll try and do a live where I like demonstrate that a little bit better. Also, I don't know if anyone answered me. Is this like recording, or did I need to do something at the beginning to record it? Like, can I post this later? I don't know how this works. Oh, thank you for isolating and being safe, but I'm also sorry you're isolating. Oh, look, a painted rock. Oh. See, this is one of the treasures that I will leave here for another beachcomber to find, because it's really pretty and it's natural. Unlike this orchid, which is sort of natural but doesn't belong here. What are the cats that use the buttons? Billy Speaks is one. It's B-I-L-L-I Speaks. Catman John, C-A-T-M-A-N-J-O-H-N. And I can't remember the name of the other one. It's on the tip of my tongue. So many people from all over the world in this live. It's like, I don't know, it kind of makes me like want to cry. It's really, really neat. You guys are incredible. Hi from New Zealand. I think I'm gonna be doing an interview soon with Nat Geo New Zealand or something. So stay tuned for that. We want more Bunny, like right now of her. Hey Buns, they want more of you. They want more of you and less of me rambling on. She's like, okay. We are walking under the people's homes. I can hear people walking above, yes. And then sometimes when we walk underneath, we can hear dogs barking, like doing their little alert business, like, who's under my house? Yeah, the plume of tail. I like to call it her booty boa. I can share at the end. Okay, wow, like I press the little X in the top corner and it'll say, do you want to save this or not, or something like that? At the end, it'll ask if you want to save it. Oh, okay, cool. Oh my gosh, as long as I don't watch it back, that would be really stressful. But everyone else can watch it back. I think you might someday do a live class. Yeah, like I think it would be cool to do a paw targeting class, like from the very basics, and maybe talk about the first couple of words and help people, or maybe like I could help people sort of brainstorm, troubleshoot problems they're having with getting started, something like that. I think that'd be fun to do. Take a photo of that beach rock. Which one? I'm seeing everything, but I don't know if I can share it again separately later. What does that mean? Okay, I gotta get to like the less rocky part of the beach because looking at my screen is like a death trap while walking over slippery barnacle rocks. Okay. Bunny connecting the world. Oh. Toronto, France. Oh my gosh, you guys are so incredible. It honestly does almost make me cry. It's just like, feels really powerful to have you all supporting me and Bunny and being present and like helping us on our journey. It's really, I don't know, it feels really special. Thank you. Ooh, I think I just stepped over an agate. No, I lost it. I see the most agates in the summertime because when it's really sunny, they just like glow. It's like these orange gemstones, fiery. I cut off? Wait, am I here again? Sorry, the reception might not be the best right here. If my battery lasts until we get back to my house, I'll show you some of my outside treasures right now on the live. We don't have much battery left, but we'll see if we can make it. Oh, you like the live. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. I was super nervous. Oh God. That was me like hurdling barnacles. It's just a death trap. A beautiful death trap, but a death trap nonetheless. This is where Tango lives right there. We'll probably have a play date with him a little bit later on. Okay, Bubba, let's go. Yeah, I think we have enough battery to show you. Oh, and people always ask about the mermaid too. This is the mermaid. Her name is Cleo. She was made by my neighbor in honor of her daughter that passed away suddenly. And she's beautiful. You ready, bub? Let's go home. Battery's getting so low, I'm gonna walk quick. I don't want it to die without being able to show you some treasures and say goodbye. Thanks, guys. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are legitimately gonna make me cry. I mean, come on, it's amazing. You guys are so cool. Okay, here we are. Okay, so here are some of the shards I've been collecting. I actually didn't start collecting pottery shards until quite recently because I started finding less silverware. And I'm not sure why, but now clearly I have a pretty substantial collection of pottery as well. Oh, there's the glass. Oh, I can show you oh no, the chandelier moved. I was gonna say it was over there, but it's not anymore. And here, these are all just like stones and like so much petrified wood. This is all petrified wood. This is agatized petrified wood, which means it's petrified wood that has like veins of agate in it, which is some of my favorite. Look at this chunk of agatized petrified wood. It's so beautiful. I just want to chew on it, right? It's so good. And then just like monster agates. In the summer, I'll find these like giant chunks. Yeah, there's some, oh, here's another, oh, I love this one. Another agatized petrified wood. This whole chunk of petrified wood has been agatized. It doesn't even have the veins in it. It's just entirely agatized. Okay, my phone's gonna die. How do I save it? I press the X and then it'll ask me to save. How many calories did you burn on this walk? I don't know. I think I probably burned more just from talking so much. I never talk this much. Okay, well, it's seriously going to die any second, so I'm going to X out of this, and I'm going to save it so that I can post it. Thank you all so much for joining. You're amazing. I love you. I'll do this again soon, okay? Bye. Oh, bye.